If we keep our integrity, we do not compromise. In fact, even if we're threatened with death, we're executed. If we see the big picture, we'll realize that Satan has just handed us a validated passport right into the new world. See, that is the big picture.
Hey, it's Felice, totally awake.
And she's back with another video. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I definitely see you in the next video.
Thank you, son. My son, make sure you like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Now, today I wanted to talk about Stephen Lett and this video that's on jw.org. I've played that little clip at the beginning of the video. Okay, this is crazy talk. I mean, let's really think about this. One of the leaders is telling the members that if they're facing a life or death situation, that and they have to choose their religious beliefs, you know, whether it be not to accept a life-saving blood transfusion, they're supposed to look at this as Satan. You know what, Satan, you trying to get me, but I'm going to stand firm, and I'm not going to take this life-saving blood transfusion. I'm going to die for my faith. I'm going to die for Jehovah, and I know he's going to resurrect me. And this is what they're thinking, like, to die for this faith, to die for this paradise that they've been promised over and over again, and it still ain't came yet. Okay, and you know, all these false doctrines, man. These are false doctrines, and you willing to die and think that it's a stamp to paradise? I mean, come on, does this really make sense? Come on, this doesn't make sense. I don't want to die and feel like that's something good. That's not something good. It's not. I'm not. Nothing about dying makes me want to feel good. I mean, no. I'm not going to say, thank you, Satan. This is my stamp to paradise. That's crazy. No. I'm going to take that life-saving blood transfusion, because actually I think y'all got that wrong. I think y'all misinterpreting the scriptures, okay? You know, let's play some more clips, and I'm going to come back with the rest of my commentary.
Well, the same with us. We may develop chronic health problems. We may even die before the end of the system. But if we keep our integrity, such an individual will take a quick nap and, from his perspective, instantaneously open his eyes in the new world if he keeps his integrity like Job. And if you think about this, no matter how long we have to suffer some illness, it's momentary compared to the permanency of perfect health in Jehovah's new world. That's what 2 Corinthians 4:17 says. For the tribulation is momentary in light, yet it works out for us a glory that is everlasting.
Okay, so these leaders have a lot of nerve, you know, to talk about looking at the bigger picture, to talk about having integrity. Okay, integrity is the quality of being honest, you know, like admitting that you believe the organization you follow today is God's channel of communication, which Jeffrey Jackson did not do under oath, even though he knows, and we all know that's what Jehovah's Witnesses believe. Integrity means having strong moral principles, moral uprightness. I would think that would mean reporting any allegations of sexual child abuse to the proper authorities. And if you didn't know who the proper authorities are, it's the police, not the branch office. But Jehovah's Witnesses do not do this. They don't have such integrity when it comes to these things.
Here's another changing circumstance. We encounter perceived injustice in the congregation. Now, you notice we said perceived, because often things are not the way we see them to be. We can't read hearts. We don't have all the facts. Often our view is like trying to look into a large house through the front door that's cracked open 1 inch. Very limited view we have. So seeing the big picture, we'll recognize we don't have all the facts. And seeing the big picture, we'll recognize who do have all the facts, Jehovah. Everything is naked and openly exposed to him. Jesus, Revelation 2:1 refers to him as having the 7 stars, the elders, in his right hand, and walking about among the 7 golden lampstands.
So it's funny how you see how they admit, okay? They admit that they can't read hearts. They admit they can't read hearts. They don't know. They say it's just like trying to read hearts. It's like looking into a big house with just a small cracked door open, right? You can hardly see nothing, not in that big old house. But yet, you have people in these judicial committees because, you know, they didn't commit a sin, so they confessing to you because that's what you made them think they needed to do in order to stay on the road to everlasting life, right? So they confessing to you, and then you around here disfellowshipping people where they can't talk to their families, you know, and people need their families, you know? But you disfellowshipping people, you making that call. You making that call because you feel like they not repentant. You feel like they not repentant. But you just admitted, though, that you can't read their heart. You just admitted that you can't read their heart. So this whole process that you got set up with people coming to talk to the elders and you disfellowshipping people should not be, because you cannot read anybody's heart. So you should not have the authority to separate families the way you have been doing. You should not have that authority because you can't read nobody's heart. You can't read my heart. You really don't know if I'm repentant. You don't know what kind of relationship I got with God. You don't know what me and God got going on. I got my own relationship with God. Them people in the Jehovah's Witness organization, they should be having their own relationship with God. But instead, that's what they get. They don't have a relationship with God. They constantly being judged by the men, the leaders that's over their organization. You know, the chain, the trickle down. They think Jesus the head of the congregation, but no. The governing body, them the leaders, okay? And then it just trickle down from there down to the congregation, the elders, all of that. That's all. That's all you're trying to impress at the end of the day, because it's about what they think, what they feel. They can't read hearts, but it's about what they think, what they feel, okay?
So Jesus, the head of the congregation, he has the facts. So once we've done what's in our jurisdiction, perhaps report the matter. Seeing the big picture, we'll leave it in the hands of those who have all the facts, confident that they will take care of this matter. If it truly is an injustice, they will take care of it in their time and their way. Now, here's
Okay, so right here, I really don't like that they're talking about, you know, an injustice and basically rest assuring or being confident that if there is an injustice, that it will be taken care of with, you know, the people that have all the facts. And, you know, once we've done what we need to do, you know, if you're an elder, once you've done what you need to do as far as reporting it. And to me, what's going through my head is because I am an ex-Jehovah's Witness and I do know about all of these court cases and things like that, and all of the different scandals. What immediately goes through my head when he says that is, you mean once you've done what's in your jurisdiction as far as reported to the branch office, and then they'll decide from there if they need to contact the police, if the police need to be contacted, the proper authorities need to be contacted. And if they don't live in a state where it's mandated, then they ain't contacting no police. You know what I'm saying? So for you to say, you want me to be confident that it's going to be handled properly because Jehovah knows all the facts, but really y'all think y'all Jehovah, so y'all think y'all know all the facts. You know what I'm saying? Y'all think y'all can make decisions to disfellowship people and do all of that. So really, y'all think y'all the ones that got it. You know, these leaders, these elders, you know, they give them all this power over people, you know. But you can't be confident. You can't be confident over any of that because these victims come back. These victims that have been abused come back and they sue Watchtower for millions of dollars. You know, and they're coming back and they're exposing Watchtower and telling their stories. So no, I'm not confident. I'm not confident that it's going to be handled and that justice will be served, because I've heard of too many cases where justice was never served. I've heard of too many cases where an abuser kept just going around and abusing people, or maybe that same victim too, as well, just because there was no justice served. There was no other witness, so they never did any time. And then when the victim does get brave enough, sometimes later on the statute of limitations have been reached, which I love. When cases are open and it's free game, when the statute of limitations are off the table, but that's another story. But no, I'm not confident. I'm not confident that that justice will be served and that these cases will be handled properly. I'm not, and I'm not looking forward to any type of punishment that God's going to give them in the future. They need to be punished right now for their crimes that they've committed.
Here's another
right
changing
now.
circumstance. We come face to face with some temptation. Now, in a case like this, we want to be nothing like Eve. She obviously didn't see the big picture, did she? If she had, she would have realized this serpent has done nothing for me. Jehovah has done everything for me. In a contradictory situation, who obviously would be telling me the truth? Instead, we want to be like Jesus. When he was tempted by the devil, he saw the big picture, didn't he?
All right, so he hasn't even mentioned apostates just yet in the video. And we already see where he's going with this, right? Okay. We already see where he's going with this. But what I have to say to that, is no, Jehovah hasn't done everything for me. In fact, Jehovah, Watchtowers Jehovah, hasn't done anything for me but lie. Tell me lies, okay? Made me think I wouldn't even become an adult, okay? Graduate from high school, become an adult, have kids, be a wife, none of that. That's what Jehovah made me think. He told me lies, you know what I'm saying? In his publication, it was flip-flopping. He told me, the Jehovah that they portray, he made me think that I had to follow these people and confess my sins to them. And, they got all kind of foolishness going on with all kind of scandals and court cases and, letting pedophiles run free and, all kind of stuff, and I'm supposed to listen to, I found out a bunch of lies about this so-called Jehovah God that I was supposedly serving. And then a serpent came along. Anybody can come along. And if they telling me something true, if they telling me something logical and factual, I'm going to have to go with what's logical and factual. I'm sorry, because Jehovah, Watchtower Jehovah, he lied to me. He lied to me. So, just like with anything else, if somebody done lied to you, you kind of don't have no choice but to possibly believe somebody else that might be telling the truth. And that's what I got to say to that. Like, you trying to make it seem like, Jehovah done did all these things and, gave me all these Bible truths. Like, I know in one publication, they like, don't be listening to apostates, basically. Remember where you learned such Bible truths in the first place. But no, because one of the first falsehoods I can think of is just living through, and just becoming as old as I am, and the new system not being here yet. I mean, they preached that my whole life, that it was right around the corner and it's not here. So that's a failed doctrine within itself. Not to mention all of the other failed doctrines that we can just pull up once you go to jwfacts.com. Okay, let's look at some more.
If we're tempted to look at pornography, listen to apostate ideas, flirt with someone who's not our mate, as just a few examples, let's pause, elevate our thinking, make Jehovah's thinking our thinking, and let's see the big picture. And the big picture is Satan is trying to get the thin edge of a wedge into our suit of armor. And anything this world has to offer cannot begin to equal the value of our relationship with Jehovah, our place in his new world. We'll also be able to fast forward if we see the big picture and see the horrible consequences of giving in.
See, we knew what it was all about, right? It's about the apostates. It's always when it's about the apostates. They try to make it seem like, what they say first. whatever they said first, and then they mentioned the apostates second. You know, that's what you really wanted to say. That's what you really wanted to say. You really just want to talk about the apostates. You really just want to warn people to stay away from the apostates, because you know we're coming for y'all. Or we exposing y'all, and we ain't gonna let up. Oh, y'all making some more videos, talking about some more foolishness, telling our family some more foolishness. Let me let me get up out my bed. Let me tell y'all something. But it's late, and I'm up making this video because it's important. This is important work to be done, and I'm so thankful for all the other activists, you know, because it's so much work. It's so much work to be done. They steady putting out videos, so we got to push these videos too. This is nonsense, okay? They don't want you listening to no apostates, because the apostates is around here breaking it down for you and exposing and telling the real truth that you've been bamboozled, okay? I'm not gonna say much more about this. Let me know what y'all think in the comments down below. I mean, I could have said more, but like I said, it's late. And I'm going to just leave it here for now. If I think of some more, I'll make another video for y'all, okay? But it's just like you want us to, you know, look at the big picture and have integrity and have, you know, faith in all of this stuff. And I don't, because I've been lied to, you know? I've been lied to. And thankfully I got out, you know, but I got my family that's still being lied to. And where's their reward? Where's their prize? They still ain't got it yet. And they still following this nonsense. Still, you know, I'm gonna just end it right there. All right, y'all like, share, subscribe, and I'll be back with another video. Bye. Okay, so I don't even want to like try Lett's faces, because every time somebody tries them, I mean, everybody gives it a good shot, you know, but nobody really nails it, because nobody can really look that stupid. But I'm gonna try. Tell me what y'all think. Hold on, wait. Hold on, wait. Okay, that's probably not it.